99% of deaths after 70 happen due to these 6 reasons. Are you at risk? Aging is something we all think about, especially as the years go by. We witness friends, family, and sometimes even ourselves noticing the subtle signs of getting older. Yet, there's something we don't often talk about when it comes to aging: the overwhelming number of deaths that happen after the age of 70, and how most of them stem from just 6 major reasons. It's easy to think that aging simply means we get older and slower. But the reality is that after a certain age, our bodies become increasingly vulnerable to a handful of very specific conditions. These conditions don't just appear overnight. They are often the result of years of wear and tear on the body, along with lifestyle choices, genetics, and the natural decline of various systems in the body. At first glance, it might seem as though the causes of death in older adults are random, or that they come out of nowhere. But the truth is, almost all of them are tied to a few familiar culprits: heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, respiratory diseases, and mental health decline. These 6 reasons alone account for more than 99% of deaths among people over the age of 70. They may sound familiar, but behind each of these conditions lies a complex web of risk factors, habits, and underlying issues that often go unnoticed or ignored until it's too late. The key to understanding these causes of death, however, isn't just in recognizing them. It's in knowing how to prevent them, how to recognize the warning signs early, and how to make lifestyle changes that can significantly reduce the risks. It's easy to feel like time is running out, especially as we grow older. But knowing what causes most deaths in our later years gives us a unique opportunity to take control of our health. It's not about avoiding aging. It's about understanding how we can live with intention, making decisions every day that help us thrive even as we get older. By being proactive and informed, we can dramatically improve our chances of living a long, healthy life, even past 70. This knowledge isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to empower you. It's not too late to make small changes that can have a huge impact on your longevity. In this video, we're diving deep into the 6 most common causes of death after 70. We'll explore how each one develops, the risk factors involved, and most importantly, what you can do to reduce your chances of falling victim to them. It's never too late to start taking care of your health. So let's explore these key factors and start making informed choices to ensure that your later years are filled with vitality, independence, and joy. Reason 1: heart disease, the silent killer. When we talk about the leading causes of death after 70, heart disease consistently tops the list. It's not just one condition, but a broad category of diseases that affect the heart and blood vessels. Heart disease may sound like something that only affects people who are extremely unhealthy or unlucky, but the truth is, it's much more common than we realize, especially as we get older. Our hearts work tirelessly throughout our lives, and with time, the constant wear and tear on the body can take its toll. As we age, blood vessels become stiffer, cholesterol levels rise, and the heart's efficiency can start to decline. A big contributor to heart disease in older adults is the gradual buildup of plaque in the arteries, which narrows and hardens them, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This makes it harder for the heart to pump blood effectively, leading to high blood pressure, heart attacks, or even heart failure. The risk increases significantly for people who have a history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes. But even if you don't have any of these conditions, simply getting older increases your chances of developing some form of heart disease. What makes heart disease especially dangerous is that it often develops without any obvious symptoms until it's too late. You might feel perfectly fine day to day, but inside your heart and blood vessels could be deteriorating. That's why regular checkups and screenings are so important. It's not just about feeling good. It's about catching the early warning signs before they become life-threatening. The good news is that heart disease can be managed, and in some cases, even reversed. Simple lifestyle changes like eating a heart-healthy diet, exercising regularly, and managing stress can dramatically improve heart health. Medications can help control blood pressure and cholesterol, and in some cases, procedures like angioplasty or bypass surgery can be life-saving. The more proactive you are with your heart health, the better your chances of living a longer, healthier life. Reason 2. Cancer, the unpredictable enemy. Cancer is another major contributor to deaths after 70, and it's one of the most unpredictable enemies we face as we age. As we get older, the risk of developing cancer naturally increases. This is largely due to the cumulative effect of years of exposure to environmental factors, poor diet, smoking, and even the gradual aging of our cells. Cancer isn't just one disease, but a collection of diseases that can affect nearly every part of the body, and its unpredictability lies in the fact that any part of the body can be susceptible. Many cancers, like lung, colorectal, prostate, and breast cancer, become more common after 70. For example, prostate cancer is one of the most prevalent cancers among older men, while women over 70 may face an increased risk of breast cancer, even though it often goes unnoticed until it's advanced. The tricky thing about cancer is that it often doesn't show symptoms until it's already spread, making it harder to treat successfully. The body's ability to fight off rogue cells becomes less efficient with age, which is why older adults are at a higher risk of developing cancer. But the good news is that, like heart disease, cancer is often preventable or manageable with early detection. Regular screenings and checkups can catch certain types of cancer in their early stages, when treatment is most effective. Mammograms, colonoscopies, and skin checks are all essential in detecting cancer before it becomes too advanced. Even if you've never had a cancer scare in your life, it's never too late to start these screenings. The earlier cancer is caught, the higher the chances of successful treatment and survival. Prevention also plays a huge role in cancer risk. Eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, avoiding processed foods, staying active, and quitting smoking can all significantly lower the risk of developing cancer. Genetics certainly play a part, but maintaining a healthy lifestyle can tip the scales in your favor. While we can't control everything that happens in our bodies, we can control our choices, and those choices matter when it comes to fighting cancer. In both heart disease and cancer, knowledge is power. By understanding the risks, making informed choices, and getting regular checkups, you can greatly reduce your chances of falling victim to these conditions. Your future doesn't have to be defined by what's out of your control. Instead, it can be shaped by the proactive steps you take today. Reason 3. Stroke, the sudden crisis. Stroke is one of the most terrifying health risks for older adults, partly because it strikes suddenly and can leave lasting, sometimes irreversible damage. A stroke occurs when there is a disruption in the blood supply to the brain, either due to a blood clot, ischemic stroke, or bleeding in the brain, hemorrhagic stroke. The brain needs a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood to function properly, and without it, brain cells can begin to die within minutes, leading to permanent disability or death. What makes stroke so particularly dangerous is how quickly it can escalate. One moment you may feel perfectly fine, and the next your life could change dramatically. The risk of stroke rises significantly as we age, and the reasons behind this have everything to do with changes in our cardiovascular system and lifestyle factors. High blood pressure or hypertension is one of the leading causes of stroke. As we grow older, the risk of high blood pressure increases, which in turn damages blood vessels, making them more prone to rupture or clogging. Other factors that increase stroke risk include diabetes, smoking, obesity, and an inactive lifestyle, all of which can be managed. But unfortunately, many seniors fail to recognize their risk until it's too late. What makes stroke particularly devastating is that the symptoms often go unnoticed or are misinterpreted. The signs of a stroke can happen so quickly and subtly that immediate medical attention might be delayed, which can worsen the outcome. Recognizing the warning signs early can make a significant difference in survival and recovery rates. The FAST acronym is one of the most common tools used to help identify a stroke quickly. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call emergency services. Every second counts when dealing with a stroke, so it's critical to get medical help right away. Prevention of stroke is all about managing your risk factors. This means keeping your blood pressure under control, managing diabetes, maintaining a healthy weight, exercising regularly, and avoiding smoking. For those at higher risk, medication may be necessary to prevent clots from forming or to lower blood pressure. Additionally, a healthy diet that's rich in fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fatty acids can help keep your arteries clear and your heart healthy. By taking these simple but powerful steps, you can reduce your risk of stroke and increase your chances of living a long, healthy life. Reason 4. Diabetes, the hidden danger. Diabetes is often referred to as a silent disease, and for good reason. Many people don't even know they have it until complications arise. Type 2 diabetes, the most common form of diabetes among older adults, occurs when the body becomes resistant to insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. As a result, blood sugar levels rise and stay elevated, leading to a host of serious health problems. Diabetes itself may not directly cause death, but the complications that arise from it often do. It increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, blindness, and amputations, conditions that often contribute to the mortality rate in older individuals. The risk of developing diabetes increases with age, particularly when combined with other health factors like obesity, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. In fact, many people don't realize they're at risk because diabetes doesn't always show immediate symptoms. It can be years before the damage caused by uncontrolled blood sugar becomes apparent. If left untreated, diabetes can lead to a variety of long-term complications, such as nerve damage, vision problems, and kidney issues, all of which can severely impact quality of life and shorten lifespan. What makes diabetes especially dangerous in older adults is that it often coexists with other chronic conditions, such as heart disease and hypertension, making it more difficult to manage. Older adults may also experience more severe complications because their bodies may not be as resilient as they were in their younger years. The good news is that diabetes is often preventable, and if caught early, it can be controlled. Maintaining a healthy weight, eating a balanced diet, and staying active are all crucial in preventing or managing diabetes. In fact, studies show that losing even a small amount of weight and increasing physical activity can significantly reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. For those who already have diabetes, managing blood sugar through diet, Regular exercise and medication is essential. Medications such as metformin or insulin can help keep blood sugar levels in check, but they must be accompanied by healthy lifestyle choices to be most effective. Regular monitoring of blood sugar levels is also crucial to prevent complications from creeping up unnoticed. With the right care and lifestyle changes, people with diabetes can live healthy lives without suffering from the serious, life-threatening complications associated with the disease. Like heart disease and cancer, diabetes is one of the leading causes of death after 70, but it's also one of the most manageable. Through early detection, a healthy lifestyle, and medical interventions, the risks associated with diabetes can be minimized. It's never too late to start taking care of your body, and by doing so, you can reduce your risk of diabetes-related complications and enjoy a better quality of life. Reason 5. Respiratory diseases, declining lung function. As we age, the body naturally undergoes various changes, and one of the areas most affected is our respiratory system. The lungs become less efficient over time, and conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, emphysema, and pneumonia become more common. The risk of developing these respiratory diseases rises as we get older, especially for those with a history of smoking or long-term exposure to pollutants. The problem is that these diseases often develop gradually, and many people may not even realize how much their lung function has declined until they start experiencing severe symptoms. COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis, is one of the most serious respiratory diseases that affect older adults. It's primarily caused by long-term exposure to harmful substances, such as tobacco smoke or air pollution, which damage the lungs and airways. The result is a narrowing of the air passages, making it harder to breathe. As COPD progresses, individuals often experience chronic coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, and fatigue. In severe cases, COPD can lead to respiratory failure, which can be fatal. Pneumonia, another common respiratory issue in older adults, is an infection of the lungs that can be life-threatening, especially for those with weakened immune systems. Older adults are more vulnerable to pneumonia due to a natural decline in immune function as they age. It can result from viral infections like the flu, bacterial infections, or even aspiration of food or liquid into the lungs. The elderly are also more likely to develop complications from pneumonia, such as sepsis or organ failure. Even if you don't have a chronic respiratory disease, the gradual decline in lung function over time makes older adults more susceptible to respiratory infections and other complications. It's important to understand the signs of respiratory distress, like persistent coughing, shortness of breath, or chest pain, as they can be early indicators of something more serious. The best way to protect your lungs as you age is by quitting smoking, if you haven't already, avoiding exposure to secondhand smoke, and minimizing exposure to environmental pollutants. Regular exercise, particularly activities that promote lung strength like walking, swimming, and aerobic exercises, can help improve overall lung capacity. Additionally, vaccinations for the flu and pneumonia can prevent infections that might otherwise be life-threatening. Keeping up with routine checkups and speaking to your doctor about your respiratory health can ensure that any early signs of decline are detected and addressed before they lead to major health issues. Reason 6. Mental health and cognitive decline, the overlooked factor. While physical health is often at the forefront of our minds as we age, mental health is just as crucial when it comes to longevity. Cognitive decline, including conditions like Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and other forms of memory loss, is more common as we age, and it plays a major role in the deaths of older adults. Mental health is often overlooked or underestimated, but the impact it has on physical health is profound. The mind and body are closely connected, and mental health issues can contribute to a wide range of physical ailments, from cardiovascular disease to diabetes and even respiratory conditions. Alzheimer's disease, the most common cause of dementia, is a progressive condition that affects memory, thinking, and behavior. In its early stages, individuals may experience mild memory loss and confusion. As the disease progresses, cognitive decline becomes more severe, often leading to a complete inability to care for oneself. This mental deterioration doesn't just affect the individual. It also places a huge strain on caregivers and family members. In severe cases, Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia can lead to death, often due to complications like infections, malnutrition, or organ failure. Another aspect of mental health that cannot be ignored is depression. Seniors are at a higher risk of depression, and the symptoms often go unnoticed because they are mistaken for normal signs of aging. Feelings of sadness, isolation, or lack of interest in daily activities can have a devastating impact on both mental and physical health. Depression can lead to poor self-care, worsening chronic conditions, and a general decline in health. The risk of suicide also increases in older adults suffering from untreated depression. What many people don't realize is that cognitive decline and mental health issues are not inevitable parts of aging. While there is no cure for Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia, there are ways to slow down the progression. Regular mental exercises, such as reading, puzzles, or learning new skills, can help keep the brain sharp. Social engagement is equally important, as maintaining strong social connections helps combat feelings of isolation and loneliness, both of which are risk factors for depression and cognitive decline. Depression, on the other hand, can often be treated with a combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. Seniors experiencing symptoms of depression should not hesitate to seek help, as early intervention can greatly improve outcomes. Staying mentally active, engaged with family and friends, and managing stress can all contribute to better mental health and a higher quality of life. Cognitive decline and mental health issues like heart disease or cancer are serious risks to older adults, but they don't have to be inevitable. By staying aware of the signs, making mental health a priority, and staying socially and mentally active, you can significantly reduce the impact these issues have on your life. Conclusion: embracing control and living well in your later years. As we reach the later stages of life, it's inevitable that we face certain risks. But these 6 major causes of death, heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, respiratory diseases, and mental health decline, don't have to define our aging years. In fact, understanding these risks and how they develop gives us the power to make changes that can dramatically improve our chances of living a longer, healthier life. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that aging means simply waiting for the inevitable, but that doesn't have to be the case. By being proactive, by making the right lifestyle choices, staying on top of our health, and seeking medical guidance when necessary, we can control our destiny. We may not be able to stop the aging process, but we absolutely can manage how we age and how we experience those years. Heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, respiratory diseases, and cognitive decline may seem like an overwhelming list. But the reality is that each of these conditions is manageable. Many of them are preventable or can be treated with the right approach. It starts with regular checkups, a focus on balanced nutrition, staying active, and paying attention to both our mental and physical health. And it's never too late to start making those changes. Whether you're in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, there are still steps you can take today to improve your health and reduce your risk of these common causes of death. The key is to remain informed. The more we know about the risks we face, the better equipped we are to take action. And while we can't completely eliminate all the challenges that come with aging, we can make informed decisions that help us reduce the chances of falling victim to these diseases. Your journey towards a longer and healthier life doesn't have to be daunting. It can be empowering. Remember, aging is not a time to simply give in. It's a time to embrace the wisdom, experience, and opportunities that come with it. By understanding the 6 main reasons for death after 70, we can take control, make better choices, and live our later years with strength, vitality, and purpose. Every day is a chance to make small changes that could have a huge impact on our health, and it's never too late to begin. So take charge of your health, prioritize your well-being, and let your later years be defined not by disease, but by the fullness of life you choose to live. The power to live a long, healthy, and fulfilling life is in your hands.